The crystal palace of Valorum stood like a fractured beacon beneath a sky torn by storm clouds, its silver spires trembling in the gale's rat-h. Queen Meghan stood in the royal aviary, her emerald gown cascading like a shadowed forest across the frost-etched tiles, her coroner-to-cold weight against her trembling brow. The air was thick with the scent of damp feathers and the acrid bite of betrayal, as if the palace's gilded cages wreck-oiled from the storm brewing within. Months of relentless scandals, her foreign roots, a forged video of Prince Harry's infidelity, her father's Netflix expose, Tyler Perry's 86 videos, a doctored audio, Netflix's #ILD, The Mask of Meghan, Harry's confession of a surrogate, Meghan's dossier against King Charles, her mother Doria's accusation, and the Order of the Veil's probe, Hardy pushed Valorum to the edge of ruin. Now, a new tempest had erupted, its venom unmatched. Jessica Mulroney, her once closest confidant, and Tyler Perry, her former benefactor, had publicly condemned Meghan over a scandal involving a private skyship, claiming she flaunted wealth while Valorum starved. The #Aku #satirons, blazing across the kingdom's scrying orbs, branded Meghan a hypocrite, shattering her fragile alliances. Ry, her anchor through every trial, stood beside her, but the weight of their words threatened to fracture their bond. The palace, once a sanctuary of splendor, now felt like a labyrinth of scorn, its crystal corridors alive with the flicker of ORBS replaying Jessica's biting words. She sails the skies in luxury #Heil her Opal hunger. Tonight, Meghan had planned to enter the Starstone's crypt, a desperate bid to restore the relics #where, and save Valo #Rum's failing harvests. Her heart, scarred by betrayals, Desara's warnings, Vera's visions, Morgana's rituals, Calitha's ciphers, Serafina's chronicles, Thalion's crystals, Elindra's prophecies, Voltha's truths, Zoratha's reliquaries, Lysandra's soul locket, Celine's celestial orb, Vera's verity amulet, bled under this new wound. Jessica, who once styled her gowns and opened doors to Valorum's elite, and Perry, who offered refuge and skyships, now painted her a traitor. The court's rs hissed with glee, their eyes glinting with malice, accusing her of greed. King Charles, already strained by her dossier, loomed as a silent judge, his disapproval a crushing shadow. Meghan's fingers clutched the edge of a gilded cage, her emerald eyes clouded with a #orm of grief and defiance. Jessica's betrayal cut deep, her voice, once a source of laughter, now a blade. She recalled their last meeting in the palace's starlit courtyard, the air thick with some #as end, Jessica's eyes distant as she whispered, "You've forgotten us." The #R's condemnation stung each ally, his generosity, skyships to flee Anglia, refuge in his citadel, now twisted into a weapon. The skyship scandal, sparked by her use of a private vessel to meet allies in Eldoria, was framed as extravagance, though it was a mission to secure aid for Valorum. Who had turned them against her? The question burned as she faced Harry, high #s auburn hair disheveled, his green eyes shadowed with guilt. "We can fight Jessica and Perry too," he had said last night, his voice breaking. "We need the truth." But Meghan's heart ached with doubt. A breathless herald burst into the aviary, his cloak dusted with frost, his voice trembling with urgency. "Your Majesty, a message from the Shadow District. A seer from Eldoria awaits at the Duskvale Tavern, claiming to know the truth behind Lady Jessica and Lord Perry's accusations. Guards await your command." The words struck like a spark in the dark. Truth. Could it redeem her or deepen her fall? Meghan's heart surged with fragile hope, but the aviary's shiradows seemed to mock her. She glanced at Harry, his jaw tight, and nodded. "Take us there," she commanded, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hands. They swept through a hidden passage her gown trailing like a wraith across the cold stone, Harry's steps heavy beside her. The carriage sped through Valorum's frost-rimed streets past flickering lanterns and shuttered stalls, the clatter of hooves echoing Meghan's racing thoughts. She recalled their early reign, Harry's reckless charm, their dream of a united Valorum, her vow to rise above her outsider status. But the scandals, each tied to the Starstone's peril, had woven a noose of doubt. Jessica's accusation, claiming Meghan used skyships for personal gain, and Perry's, alleging he mocked Valorum's plight, twisted her efforts into lies. The Duskvale Tavern loomed ahead, its weathered facade aglow th a spectral light, the air thick with frost and whispered secrets. Meghan pulled her hood low, her steps swift as she navigated the tavern's smoky common room, ignoring the stares of patrons thing their mulled wine. She climbed he narrow airs to the room named by the herald, her pulse a deafening roar. She pushed the door open without knocking. Harry stood by a flickering hearth, his auburn hair dusted with frost, his green eyes wide with a mix of relief and desperation. Beside him stood a figure cloaked in deep sapphire, their face obscured by a hood, their hands clutching a glowing, rune-etched crystal. The scene was charged, far from the treachery the court whispered, but Meghan's heart stung with the weight of another secret. Her voice sliced through the silence, sharp as a blade. Harry, you meet in shadows while Jessica and Perry brand me a traitor. They claim I flaunt skyships while Valorum starves, and you're here with another stranger. The figure lowered their hood, revealing a face etched ith wisdom and sorrow, their amber eyes glinting with quiet resolve. I am Thalira, they said, their voice low and resonant, like a breeze through ancient oaks. I am a skysinger of the Vale, keeper of Valorum's celestial paths. Prince Harry sought me to uncover the truth behind Lady Jessica and Lord Perry's accusations. Harry stepped forward, his hands raised in supplication. Meghan, they were coerced. The traitor we've hunted, Vera, all warned of them, used a spell to twist their words. Ning your skyship mission into a scandal to destroy you. Meghan's eyes blazed, her voice trembling with pain. Coerced. My friend and ally accuse me of greed, and you claim it's a spell. After my father's lies, Doria's betrayal, and the Order's probe, how many more secrets, Harry? Jessica's words cut deep, her confidant, once her guide, now a we apon. Perry's stung equally, his kindness now a trap. Her heart, teared by betrayal, ached with doubt. Had she misjudged them? Thalira raised the crystal, its light casting eerie shadows across the row #OM. This is a Skysinger's crystal, they said. It reveals truths nd by the heavens. Jessica and Perry's accusations were woven by a traitor's spell, forcing them to twist your skyship journey, a mission to salve Valorum, into a scandal. Your child, the Starstone's heir, is their target. They produced a frost-rhymed scroll, its edge as pulsing with sigils. This scroll, stolen from the traitor's lair, reveals their plan, to use Jessica and Perry's words to destabilize Valorum, allowing them to seize the Starstone. The traitor is within the royal council. Harry took Meghan's hand, his touch pleading. I should have told you, he said, his voice thick with regret. I sought Thalira to save you and our child. The traitor wants us divided. Meghan pulled away, her heart torn between betrayal and duty. You've broken my trust, Harry, she said. But if Valorum is at stake, we face it together. Thalira's amber eyes gleamed with resolve. The Starstone's crypt lies beneath the palace, guarded by traps only a royal can disarm. The traitor knows you're near the truth. We must act now. Meghan straightened, her coro net a reminder of her duty. Jessica's accusation, Perry's condemnation, her ain, they could wait. Valorum's survival hung in the balance. Lead on, she essayed, her voice resolute. As they left the tavern, the frost parted, revealing a moon that cast long, treacherous shadows. The traitor was out there, their identity still cloaked, but Meghan's resolve burned brighter than her pain. The Starstone and